right, you guys, so let's look at our second example. All right, so it says determine what type of quadrilateral RSTV is. Okay, so we have our picture. Okay, so now I'm going to make a guess as to what I think I'm dealing with, because then that'll help kind of guide me towards what calculations I may need to look at. So I'm looking at this, and if I kind of turn it sideways a little bit, okay, I'm hoping you're thinking the same thing. I'm thinking I'm looking at a kite. So that's my guess. And if that is what I think I have, and if I'm looking at it, then I want to know, is this side and this side the same length? So is RS from R to S and R to V, do they have the same distance? And then do ST and TV, do they have the same distance? Okay, so that's what I'm looking at. That would be my first calculation in terms of if I think I'm dealing with a kite. Because if I am, I'm done. Okay, so let's start with that. So R to S, I'm going to find the distance. So I'm going to do 7 minus 6 squared. And then I'm going to do negative 5 minus 2 squared. And then take the square root. And I'll do that at the very end, like I did the last problem. It's easier just to write these all down, and then I can just type them into my calculator all at the same time. All right, then R to V. All right, so that's going to be 7 minus 0 squared, and then negative 5 minus negative 4 squared. Negative 5 minus negative 4 squared. All right, now I'm going to do S to T. So I'm going to do 2 minus 5. Oops, I'm going to do my y values first. And actually, I'm going to do negative 3 minus 6. Okay, now to be consistent, if I start with negative 3, I got to start with 5 here. 5 minus 2 squared. All right, now I'm going to go T to V. Okay, if I start with negative 3 minus 0 squared. And then I'm going to do 5 minus negative 4. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to type these things in. All right, and let me cover up the picture for a moment so you can really see what I'm typing in. So the square root, parentheses, 7 minus 6 squared, plus negative 5 minus 2 squared. So that gives me 7.071. All right, now second square root, 7 minus 0 squared, plus negative 5 minus negative 4 squared. So that's good, 7.071. Okay, so I know now that this length and this length are the same. So that's a very good indication that I might be headed towards a kite. All right, so now let's do these two calculations. So the square root, negative 3 minus 6 squared, plus 5 minus 2 squared. So 9.486 square root. Now I'm going to do the next one. I want to get the same thing. 5 minus negative 4 squared. There we go. Okay. All right, so now I know that this and this have the same measurement, okay? And that's exactly what I want to have a kite, okay? Is I want these two sides, okay, to have the same measurement, okay? All right, so that one was a little bit easier, okay? All right, so I will come back with another example.